Team Lunatics want to be aggressive. Team SMG wants the Lunatics to come into their defense. And this is the frustrating point of contention for the Lunatics. No matter what they do, they always have to be concerned about the way of the dragon, a potential counter-engage with the enhanced chains, and more importantly, the King's Calling, which has to be so annoying to deal with.
What's also terrifying is that now, not only do they have the Way of the Dragon into the Enhanced Sword, they have the Spear of Glory into the Enhanced Sword. So there's so many ways for them to combo with the Julian. Amal, he's already playing a little bit aggressively, trying to steal camps away, and he knows he cannot allow Box to start scaling up.
Sorry, you mean Enhanced Sights, that is?
Yes.
Or do you really mean the actual dash? Because the damage of that is good, and I wish it was higher.
Scythe and Sword gets a little bit confusing here, because they're both bladed weapons in the end.
Yeah, you know, the Enhanced Karambit after this. Okay. Let's get back to topic here, because most importantly, I think at the end of the day, Team SMG still need to play around Sasa. They might use him as a bit of a bait overall, but it will be tough, right? Because if we're talking about the Rage Blade coming in from Goldilocks, Lapu, it will get through the getaway for me from Melissa. There's a lot of different ways that Team Lunatics could play out the situation, so a lot is resting on Goldilocks as well as Zeph.
But we've already seen in the previous game that Team SMG are actually willing to sacrifice Sasa in the late game if they already know that Box and Zion Senpoi have a lot of items.
Yeah, Tomtify taking a pretty terrible trade over there. That does give Melissa a little bit of control and more harass overall. I mean, look at this. Like, Sasa is keeping Tomtify in his place.
Yeah, this is a rough lane. This time, Tomtify not going to get a lot of help from his team because they are prioritizing on the bottom side of the map for this first turn. And they no longer have the mobility of the Farsa to create a permanent presence on the map. Meanwhile, Sasa will have a much easier early game compared to before.
Wait, Zeph just hit level 4. Zorn isn't level 4 just yet. Very interesting micro coming in for the side Lunatics as they engage.
Goldilocks. He's actually not going to invest the third hit of Raging Slash, so he gets kicked by Smooth. Numinous Blood Blast flickers forward, finding Zion Senpoi. First blood going to him. Tempest Ablaze by Amal. He wants to pick up Zorn, but he gets stunned! He gets stunned on the tower! Zorn finds it! Goldilocks will fall as well!
You hate to see it. Everybody forgets that Minsatar not only has a spear, but he's got one hell of a shield too. What a good stun, but it's not over just yet.
That is so cheeky from Zorn. They're now on top of the turtle. Zeph trying to delay the Way of the Dragon into the enhanced chain. There's a combo again. Rain will fall. Turtle dropping low. King's Calling makes it so they cannot dash. Box gets the turtle. Zeph trying to run away. Spear of Glory going to miss. Goldilocks all by himself. 4 members of SMG, but he manages to dash away. Numinous Blast providing covering fire.
I can imagine in Zorn's head, he walks away with such little HP. He's like, got away from you, nerd. See you later. Can't really do too much about the situation overall, but again, you can definitely tell that Team Lunatics are not really that comfortable.
Way of the Dragon into the Julian again, but this time, Rain can pop the Brilliance. Will he survive this? Yes, he will be able to make it back to the tower.
That's a little on Zion Senpoi. He may have put his enhanced chains a little too far forward, so the chain CC did not connect entirely, allowing Rain to actually get the Brilliance off just in time. Now, if we're looking at the items, the sub-emblems, we're seeing that Smooth specifically is taking health as well as reduced cooldowns. He wants to be able to kind of dash around the map as much as possible. Doesn't need the extra magic resist, really doesn't matter to him, while the rest of the team does take movement speed.
I think something we didn't quite mention at the start of the game as well is that Zorn did go for Focusing Mark as his emblem. So he's actually going to be focusing on giving his team as much damage as possible whenever he picks someone out.
That's actually a really good catch there, because that does mean that Zorn will, as you mentioned, look to lock down one person, allow the rest of Team SMG to get extra damage on that one target, which is great because Tomtify, hey, he's got his eyes on him.
Box not able to finish the kill as now Sasa is the target of the Tempest of Blades. Gets 2-man knockout, but he's inside the King's Calling. 3-man Numinous Blast into the blazing duet. Zorn and Box so low, but it's still only a 1-for-1 trade. Lunatics cannot continue. Zion Senpoi misses the enhanced chain, but he will get the final auto attack onto Zeph. Rain looking for revenge. Zion Senpoi forced to flicker to safety.
Zion Senpoi could have gotten so much more off of that. He wasn't sure whether Zeph had charge or not, so he went with the safe option of the enhanced chains rather than going for an enhanced sword and getting a full combination of the chains as well as the sights to ensure the kill. But Nevertheless, Team SMG, they're not completely safe out of the water just yet. Team Lunatics, they're only slightly behind.
Yeah, Lunatics right now, they just mainly have to watch their positioning as Goldilocks gets kicked. Fear of Glory finding Zeph as well, completely disrupting the positioning of Lunatics. They have to back off of the turtle.
Man, if I was Lunatics, I'd be furious. I'm already fuming at how much Zorn is getting away with the Spear of Glory. He's so very accurate with it, and the King's Calling is denying him that space. But you can see the idea that Team SMG is going for. They're using the King's Calling as a disengage. Sasa almost surviving that top engagement had Zeph not had his flicker.
Yeah, that's gotta be rough here. Right now, Lunatics definitely finding themselves a bit more on the back foot than they would be ideally. Now even the King's Calling popped up here. Goldilocks will be swapping lanes with Tomzify to try and allow the Claw to get as much farm as possible. But because of that, you can see that Lunatics are being heavily pressured by their opponents.
Yep, they're trying to deny everything here. But Lunatics falling slightly more behind isn't going to make much of a difference here. 5K is the goal.
Zeph finds one man with the Numenon Blast, but they're not going to engage on that. I'm not even sure if they know that they actually got that stun.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure what the plan was. Zeph didn't have his flicker. It was coming back up in about like 2 seconds just now. So, I don't know. I guess that if they did initiate a fight, it could look good.
Rain gonna get stun comboed here, but Brilliance keeps him safe. He's here with Zeph, so he wants to look for Zyme Senpai. Pops the Darkening, gets the kill before King's Calling comes out. Sasa drops Muddles, going to link to everyone, but Lunatics will be able to walk away. Not enough damage on the Melissa yet.
Nicely done by Zeph here. He purposely stunned the Zorn to make sure he can't do much, and more importantly, can't drop the King's Calling in time to save his friend Zyme Senpai.
Now they get the stun on this move. He's alone. Numenon Blast charged up, but Smooth dies before it even lands, forcing Vox to abandon him. Now Zorn gets the spear onto Rain, but Brilliance gets him out. Zeph forced the flicker away. Vox wants to follow up. He should get the kill onto Lolita. Will dodge the bravest warrior from Goldilocks as well with the iframe.
Nicely done coming in from Vox, but I feel
Zorn gets the Spear of Glory into the King's Calling, but Raging Slash makes him immune, but not enough to damage as SMG picks up the Lapu Lapu.
You hate to see it. I was about to say that Team Lunatics, they caught Team SMG in the process where they were thinking about their next move and really throwing mud into the gears like I mentioned before, but Team SMG formulated a plan and was instantaneously when they saw a potential pick, and especially with a play coming in from, the catch coming in from Zorn specifically.
Yeah, Lunatics right now, they just need to be wary about their positioning. That's all they gotta do. They know that Smooth and Zorn are going to be looking to pick off anyone they can find. So they need Zeph to be watching out for where these members of the enemy team are. So admittedly, that's going to be quite difficult. He is only 1 against 2 initiators on the side of Team SMG.
As of right now, I think Team Lunatics are making the smart option play for what your team is good at. You already have a Ling. Let's focus on that split push. He's 0-2 right now, so he needs to catch up to the rest of the team. And more importantly, start getting ahead. He needs the extra levels. He needs the extra bit of damage to really make against Sasa. Maybe if he's lucky, he can get a kill onto Zyme Senpai. But as of yet, Team SMG, they're ahead. Oh, and a catch, but no commitment.
Yep, and they know this move doesn't have his cooldown, so he's gonna be targeted. Rain gets that last hit. Goldilocks, though, a little bit out of position, and King's Calling with the flicker, going to miss by Zorn. Lapu Lapu, the only one still out of position, and he will unfortunately be sacrificed to make sure the rest of his team will not fall.
Well, considering everything, I think that Zorn made the smarter decision of using the flicker, not as a way to say, quote-unquote, it missed, but to zone off the rest of the team, creating an area of which you don't want to walk into because you could get pulled into a much unnecessarily or unneeded fight, as the Lunatics had already picked up one. They committed 2 flickers to it. They lost Goldilocks in the process, and Team SMG committed 2 flickers of their own. No one else needs to die.
Fear of Glory into the 2-man Jeet Kune Do kicks Rain out of the King's Calling. Not ideal, but Brilliance would have got him in out anyway. Numenon Blast onto Zorn, finds the Mincetar. Smooth might have bitten off more than he can chew. He gets the knockup, but the double kill going over to Rain.
good moves coming in from Lunatics. They see the engagement, they back up, they get ready with the Numenon Blast. That's what you want to see every single time, especially since Zorn doesn't have that flicker. Instantly punish people who don't have their battle spells.
Lunatics now looking for as much as they can get. Zion Senpai enhanced sword, not enough. He has the flicker to escape from the 5 members of Lunatics who will push straight down the mid lane, get the tier 2 and back off.
Nicely done. And I mean, they also get another flicker from Zion Senpai, as we saw before. If Zorn is able to die when his battle spell is on cooldown, same is going to go to Zion Senpai. And Lunatics, they need to remember when exactly it's going to come back up, because there is a moment of opportunity. If he shows himself on the map and uses his abilities, especially his enhanced abilities, they have a good amount of time to punish.
Yeah, Lunatics just wants to watch out for these windows. King's Calling will keep Goldilocks in place. Lapu Lapu instantly dead, but Luminon Blast will zone out SMG, allowing Lunatics to secure the Lord.
You got to feel for Goldilocks at some point, right? Because, I mean, who else is going to open up the map? They need the Numenon Blast, so the only person who can technically do it is Goldilocks. It's frustrating, but hey, that's the situation.
Amal jumping in. He thought Sasa was the only one there, but the rest of SMG waiting for him. But they will engage. Blazing Duet on top of Zion Senpai will take him down. Sasa finds the kill on Amal, but Wind of Nature only lasts for so long. He's down as well. Box on top of Tomnify. No battle mirror image means that the Claude is dead.
What?
King's Calling keeps the rain in place. Shut down by Zorn onto the Lunox.
A second time? A second time? Like, what happened there? I thought Zorn used his ult much earlier on by the river bush prior to that fight, but now they got to defend this Lord here.
I feel like we gotta check after this game what the cooldown on King's Calling is, because we haven't seen this hero in so long that we are no longer for certain there. Box, since he knows his enemies are down, will be able to steal that purple buff away. That will disable Amal for quite a while. Luckily, the Lord won't be up again for a while, so Lunatics won't be losing too much off of that.
Yeah, now it's back up. It's 11:59. My guess is about like 25, 30 seconds. I'm going to double check after this. It's frustrating me because we haven't seen Minotaur in a very long time, but let's look at the items so far. We do see a bit of adaptations coming in. Coming in from Lancelot these days. War Axe, Endless Battle, Hunter Strike. Usually Hunter Strike is the first item. Same build coming in for the side of Zion Senpai. But if we're comparing both Tomtify and as well as Sasa, they're both on equal footing.
Yeah, and that's going to be the main point of contention. Once again, the marksmen, as well as how they can time their winds of nature. Right now, Tomify doing a good job. Lunatics conceal play, looking for the engagement, but they realize that Box and Smooth have already ran away. So wisely, they'll decide not to pursue the issue. They'll just go for the tier 2.
Yeah, they're very niche conditions that Team SMG is looking for. They're looking for Team Lunatics to fight at a choke point, to be able to kind of, you know, set their trenches early on and position themselves and take out at least one target before the full commitment of the fight.
Oh, Smooth, he's taking so much damage. The Fear of Glory gonna find one, but the Numenon Blast in a bad spot flickers forward, finds 2, including Fox, who will instantly fall. They're now chasing down Smooth. Tomtify finds the double kill. Muddled will take out Goldilocks. Rain able to disengage. Lunatics, are they still looking for more? I would assume not. No more cooldowns on their heroes.
What in the world was happening there for the side of Team SMG? It felt like there was a moment of disconnect. Sasa and Zion Senpai doing something completely different, even though they're in the vicinity. Team SMG looking to set up for a fight, but then there's no commitment to the fight. I mean, Smooth already committed his flicker. He wasn't able to get the Way of the Dragon off because he was getting attacked on. So what exactly went wrong there for the side of Team SMG? My guess, bad communication.
Unfortunately, I think the thing about Team SMG is that overall, they're not actually very used to big 5v5 team fights. They typically want to get objectives. They typically want to play off of pickoffs, especially when they have a composition consisting of Minstar and Cho. Whereas Lunatics, they absolutely know how to fight 5v5. They love it. They thrive in it. I doubt they even need to tell each other what to do. Conceal play, used again. Goldilocks instantly jumping in. He wants to be the distraction. Lord will fall to Amal. Zorn gets hit. Numenon Blast. Smooth is there to keep him alive. Muddles comes out as well to zone them out of the choke point. Zion Senpai looking for the enhanced chain. Gets a 2-man knocked up on top of Ray. Into the 3-man Gtu. It's a Muddles. They will fight 3. Blazing Duet is bomb, but Tomtify is dead. Double kill going over to Zion Senpai. Lord pushing in mid lane. Amal wants to keep it alive. Goldilocks coming in. They find Zion Senpai, but Goldilocks will be slain. Amal will fall. Killing spree to Sasa, and Lunatics is wiped out.
Beautifully played by Sasa. I get it now. It wasn't a miscommunication. They were trying to set up for a condition, a flank, by Zaim Senpai. Zenpoi changes the outcome of this game, and now Team SMG can now fight back and start taking the lead against the Lunatics.
I feel like that kind of supports what I mentioned though. Team SMG wants to split up the fight. They want to take smaller skirmishes. They want to cut off this battle style of Team Lunatics in a straight up head-on 5v5. Team Lunatics will generally have the advantage because that is the style that they're used to playing. But if SMG can disrupt that, then the tempo of the battle belongs to them.
Well, I think that's the important thing, the tempo of the battle, right? Team SMG's conditions is about hitting that backline. Rain and as well as Tomtify. Emal is starting to fall off at this stage of the game, right? So if he is committed onto Sasa, the question now becomes, how do they maneuver around this battle? We're looking at the items, pretty much a full build coming off of the side of Emal. He's looking for his last item. More importantly, Rain is one item off before he scales through the roof against Team SMG. So Rain is going to be the secondary win condition on top of Tomtify. If they get the initial backline attack, or what we like to call a front two back, Team Lunatics can just dive straight into the enemy lines. Brilliance expected, and a death from Zaim?
I guess they found him on his own, and now Smooth has to flicker over the wall, but will it get him away from Emal? He has a lot of damage. He's gonna actually get a nice knockup, but not escaping from the Ling. Gets the last hit. Only 3 members of SNG will survive. Lunatics regain control over the map.
Yeah, this game is so close between the Lunatics and as well as Team SMG. Each team not giving each other an inch, a moment to breathe. At this point of time, I would imagine that Team Lunatics understands that Team SMG has a game plan in mind. So if Team Lunatics wants to actually take advantage, they have to start playing the exact same style of how Team SMG has been playing so far throughout the early and mid game.
Yeah, as long as they are able to find people, pick people off, they already know that their late game scaling is excellent. They have 3 heroes that will do massive, consistent damage in the late game. As long as they just run at them, as long as Zeph and Goldilocks can buy enough time for the DPS to come out, Lunatics will just win the battle automatically. So it comes down to how Team SMG actually approaches these big team fights from their way and which angle they can find.
Speaking of which, Zorn opened up the map. They know they're doing Lord.
Oh, the Lord dropping real low. Emal will secure it. Box a bit too late, and now Zorn is dropping. The Immortality pop on the Mincetar, forcing him to flicker away. Goldilocks doing an excellent job of delaying the backline by himself. Team SMG have to leave Zorn for dead.
I don't know, man. I feel like Zorn kind of did his own thing, you know, Rogue Agent, Rogue Nation here, Mission Impossible, and now Zeph flickering forward.
Wow, he's actually looking for it. Numenon Blast could be good, but Smooth is there to disrupt it. It could cost him his life, though. They're chasing down the Cho. They find him to kick onto Goldilocks a little bit too late. And now Team SMG are 2-man down with the Luminous Lord pushing mid lane.
Yep, they used the Magic Sentry to ensure they know the positions of the top side of the jungle, but you can see that Team SMG communications is starting to break down. Zorn's going on forward, nobody to follow up. Smooth actually canceling the Numenon Blast, but Sasa is dashing out of it. Where are the comms?
I guess we'll find out if they are here. The Luminous Lord pushing in, takes the mid inhibitor. Lunatics delaying for the side lanes. They want to take the bottom tower as well. The Lord will finally fall. Goldilocks once again playing distraction. Emal taking a lot of damage from Box. He does time the Tempest of Blades, forcing Box to escape. He will survive. The pull stops the Numenon Blast, but in they go. Lunatics running SMG down the kick. Not going to matter. Team SMG still alive for now. They need to defend the crystal, which is wide open. 3-man enhanced chain will force Lunatics back. Muddle taking Zap down. He still has immortality. He'll come back out, but the spear pulls him back into the team. Team SMG will take down the Lolita. They take down the Lunox by Muddle's mega kill. Going to Sasa. Lunatics have to make a hasty retreat.
I don't want to bring up old memes here, but somebody stop this guy! Sasa getting free hits after free hits. Zorn is just fishing in a sea of Team Lunatics. They look at the damage dealt ranking. Sasa just shooting all the way up, overtaking Rain as well as Box. Tomtify only 2,000 ahead of him.
The value of the Melissa instantly becoming evident here, as now SMG want to take as much as they can from Lunatics before Rain and Zeph rejoin the battle. They need to keep this mid wave alive so they can take a tower. Spear just barely missing. That would have been bad if Tomtify got caught.
Oh yeah, he would have been absolutely dead there. Emal not missing a beat, still gets his purple buff.
Yeah, and he needs that. They now want to chase Team SMG down. They know a lot of cooldowns are down. Amal has the Tempest of Blades out. He's taking a lot of damage from Muddles. Numan Blast gonna flicker forward, gonna miss entirely. Smooth will be separated, but so is Goldilocks. He has to flicker over the wall to get away. Smooth now delaying the back line. Here comes Box doing massive damage with the Torrent Rose. Will escape as well. Already popping the immortality on Amal.
Whew, I'm surprised nobody died from that. Goldilocks walks away with a sliver of HP. Same goes for Smooth and as well as Zorn. But now they lose position off of this Lord. Top Defies full HP. He's going to start it.
Oh, this Lord. This is an important one. Lunatics needs this. They can end the game instantly with this, and they're actually going to end the game so fast. SMG has no way of engaging, so this is going to be the defense of their lives. Sam
Oh, the one-shot!
Top Defy! The ambush succeeds!
Oh my god, oh my god, this game is so back and forth. What is this? This is the last game of the regular season, but this is a no-hold-bars street fight coming in from Team SMG and Lunatics. Not a single person giving an inch. The individual plays coming out from Team SMG alone is ridiculous.
I don't know about you, but I am having a good time right now. Immortality just purchased by Goldilocks, so he can be even more reckless now, but without the Claude, Lunatics are missing a lot of pushing power. The Luminous Lord gonna be delayed by Sasa. Lunatics, they're looking for engage, Smooth, looking for the ambush. Fear nearly. I don't know how that didn't pull him back. It did knock him off the wall. They get the kick onto Goldilocks, but the Numenon Blast is there. They need to get out of this. King's Calling drops down, meaning that Goldilocks will drop his immortality. Amal nearly dying, but he has the purple buff. He will get out. Goldilocks with the Raging Slash gets pulled back by Zorn. Beautifully done.
Amazing high ground defense coming in from Team SMG. They know they can hold it right at the base. A choke point of which Team Lunatics have no choice but to face to get to that crystal. This is the last hurdle Team Lunatics need to get over. When they have the Lord, they can push right into the base, but it becomes a choke point, and Team SMG thrives in this environment.
Look at that net worth difference. It is completely even. 22 minutes into the game, the goal difference now does not matter. It is all up to individual mechanics. It is up to team play. Team SMG, their high ground defense has been strong for a long time here at the MPL MY. And Lunatics are now feeling the brunt of that right in their faces. They have really strong late game damage, but they just can't seem to find a way to break through this wall.
It's this King's Calling that's so annoying for Team Lunatics. Every single time they want to go further, when you're at the crystal, there's not a lot of space to work with. And when the King's Calling is in your way, as soon as you start walking through it, Muddles is just chunking you out. Sasa is making sure that the wall being set up by Zorn is filled with archers, making sure that Team Lunatics is going to take full damage.
At this point, we can see that all of the players on the map already full items. Wouldn't be surprised if people started swapping out boots for a final one. Sasa's already done it, so we can expect many more to follow in that sense. You can imagine right now, SMG are firing on all cylinders. There's gotta be a ton of focus on these players right now because they know this victory could basically confirm an upper bracket slot for them.
I mean, Team SMG are putting everything on the line here, but Lunatics aren't backing off, and arguably they have the better position in the game. Again, Team SMG have no towers. If we pull up the AI winning prediction, it should go over to Team Lunatics as of right now.
I'm honestly very curious to see what the AI would say, but hey, we cannot decide when the AI will tell us what it thinks. The Luminous Lord now going to spawn one more time. Again, an important objective. SMG were able to defend the last one, but they don't want to be forced into a situation where they'd have to defend another. They cannot give this to Lunatics for free, but when they're fighting outside of their base, they don't have this narrow choke point to rely on, and Amal is making sure that they have to stay back to defend.
Yup, Team Lunatics are ensuring with the advantage that they have, they can do this. Zorn, please, not again. He finds the initial catch.
Yup, King's Calling comes out. It's got a 50-50. Amal secures the Lord. Numenon Blast onto Box. Immortality drop down. Blazing Duet. Not enough damage here. Zion Senpai has to flicker away. Killing spree onto Box already. They find Smooth, but Zion Senpai gonna drop low. Zapped in the middle of everyone for some reason. Rain with the brilliance. They're looking for Sasa. He gets zapped, but Sasa falls. Shut down by Rain. Zorn, the next target. Raging Slash will find him. Zion Senpai instantly melts to the damage advantage of Lunatics. Here comes Smooth. He's trying to defend, but he himself is not enough. The Lord breaks open the crystal, and Lunatics evens it 1-1.
Upper bracket denial coming in from the Lunatics, playing a strong game and finally taking advantage of the map. This denies the upper brackets from Team SMG. Well done as the Lunatics take a game off of some of the big fishes.
Team SMG, they gotta be feeling real disappointed.